Man, we got some NBA stuff that's happened, which could potentially lead to just a conversation of what could happen. And tell us a little bit about some trades between the Magic and the Grizzlies.
Yeah, guys, so you alluded to it earlier in the show, I believe, but the Grizzlies traded Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 1 first-round pick swap on Sunday. So Orlando's sending Memphis the number 16 pick in the 2025 NBA draft, which is just a few weeks away. So that's the most significant thing in the short term. But what do you guys think?
Interesting. Because you start to think to yourself, okay, what is Memphis doing here? Are they ready to do a rebuild, right? Tear it down, get all these picks, some stuff, and do some stuff. Ja Morant, if I'm Memphis, I might be ready to make that move and decide he needs a new scenery. Just like this has kind of gone off the rails with him and what's happened. It's just not the same thing. We were looking at this team just years ago as like this team that had a chance in the West.
Could have
right?
been the Thunder, if you will.
Exactly. They should have been the Thunder if things didn't get derailed the last couple of years with his off-the-court antics and whatnot that really has derailed his career and put him on the back burner, at least for now. If you could get a good deal now, I'm not giving him away. Now, remember, I'm not saying that. You got to be able to get something that makes it worthwhile, like they just got a haul for Bane. I mean, they got a haul.
Yeah.
If you could get a haul, I think there's something there because I don't know where Memphis fits in right now in the West, and maybe it is to do a rebuild. We saw one in Orlando and what they've done, and now they're starting to add some other pieces, right?
Yeah.
Where are you? Are you know I'm trading Ja.
No, I'm not trading Ja. And I like the trade they did with Bane. I'll tell you why. Number one, I'm a big fan of a healthy Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony, to me, is one of those players. He's got energy. He's got extreme confidence. He can shoot. He can get to the rack. He's athletic for his smaller frame. So I'm a big fan of that. And KCP is like a poorer man's Bane. You know, good defender, obviously really good defender. And he's past his prime at this point, but can knock down threes. And I think with them, they have enough guys. They view it as we have enough with Ja that if we start to have some guys who can knock down some shots, Cole Anthony can bring a different type of offense than Ja, different pacing than Ja. So we have that in him. And they've got some Triple J. Jaren Jackson Jr. is an all-star guy, can be a defensive player of the year, candidate every year. He can be an all-star guy. He can give you kind of a 20, 10, and with some block shots. And I think they have that. And I like what they're doing. Getting Cole Anthony, getting some picks, the 16th pick, being able to build around that. And they still have some pieces there as well that they want to give some more playing time. I think they realized this trio wasn't working, so let's build around the two in Ja and Triple J. Let's add in some other pieces, and then let's go find some other pieces some more throughout the offseason and through the trades and through drafts. And to me, the reason why I think they're making this move now and why I'm absolutely not trading Ja is because this has the opportunity. Look how wide open the NBA is right now. The Pacers could win, and you'd be like, next year. The Thunder could win. They might be the exception because of how 68 wins. But you have so many teams. If I told you, if you fell asleep for a year, and I told you that Houston with Kevin Durant won the finals, you'd be like, oh, wow. If I told you Boston, well, not Boston. Tatum's out. If I told you the Lakers made a move and all of a sudden healthy Luka and LeBron and the third person won it, you wouldn't be shocked. If I told you that Jokic came back and won again, there's so many variables in this NBA. This is now will be the 7th year of a different champion. I think Memphis is saying, go get it. It's wide open. Change up the pace. Go get some different players, and we got a shot just as good as anybody.
I get that, but I just think that Ja with him in Memphis, it just might be the right time for a change of scenery and even for the franchise.
We married.
The franchise don't feel as good as it did.
They got rid of the coach, Rob.
And that's because Ja's there. I'm just saying, it doesn't feel like Memphis is going anywhere to me. It feels like they actually have taken a couple steps back, and there's like a dark cloud over it.
They got rid of the coach. They stuck with Ja through multiple things, including even this last few weeks before the season ended with the whole celebration thing. Is he shooting a gun? Don't do that again. Does it again the next night. Don't do it again. All right, what does he do? I'm going to throw grenades in the crowd. Like, He clearly is just jawing, and the Grizzlies said, like a lot of women say, he might be crazy, but that's my man, and I'm going to stick by him. Mary, you know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. That's my man. I'm going to stick by him. Girl,
Hell no.
Girl, you know he did this. He said that. He's doing that. That's my man. I'm going to stick by him. And that's what the Grizzlies are doing now. That is my man. I'm going to stick by Ja. And it reminds me of Allen Iverson with the 76ers growing up. You remember that? Came in with a lot of stuff coming out of Virginia. Nobody else, everybody rescinded all their offers. Georgetown, John Thompson sticks with him. Okay, cool. He ends up being an amazing player at Georgetown for a couple years. Goes to the league. This happens. That happens. Little stuff, kind of big stuff. But the 76ers are like, he's our guy. And we're going to ride through the good, the bad, and they just stuck with him. And I think that's what the Grizzlies are doing. They've made it apparent. They got rid of coaches.
But here's
They're getting
the
rid
issue.
of Bane, who's been a model citizen and a good player. They're getting rid of everybody. We're locked in with JJ, Triple J, and Ja, so just call it the 4 Js.
But you might wind up being the Atlanta Hawks holding on to Trae Young. Like you might
He's
wind
better
up.
than Trae, though.
No, I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying.
You
but
know what I mean? Like there's a flux there in Atlanta where you're like, well, what are we doing? And I just think there's something in Memphis now with him. And when you trade Bane, where are you going? Like, did you make your team better or worse?
I like Cole Anthony. I like KCP, veteran and champion.
But he ain't Bane. They're not Bane.
Individually,
you got the other pieces to that. You know what I'm saying? Like you love the draft picks, but I'm just saying, I'm after you make a move like that, you start to wonder where they're going. There's no clear cut. Like they didn't make that move. Like they're going for it. Like they put all their chips in. That's not what that trade felt like to me. It felt like they're pulling back. Like they might now entertain trading John Morant.
See,
not the other.
I view it the opposite. I view it as
I don't look at KCP.
We are committing to the 4 Js. It is your teams. Ja, you're the leader. You're the engine. Triple J, you are a second option and our best defender, defensive player of the year candidate yearly. It is your 2 team because I think the model is now 2 guys with a really good other players who find their lanes and know what they're doing. And I think that is what we're starting to see now. We don't have to have the 3-headed monster. We don't have to have the super team. We don't have to have the Avengers unite. Assemble. Let's get 2 very good players, build a really good team around them, and let's model our team after the Thunder. Let's model our team after the Pacers. Let's model our team.
Sorry, in the West, I just.
The West is open, though. This is the most open. There's no
You're
Bohemian. There's no Warriors sitting there where you're like, we ain't going to do nothing with that.
All right, you're telling me now with what's out West, the Memphis Grizzlies didn't move up in my mind after that trade. Where'd they go?
I'm saying it's early.
No,
they got
but
the
I'm
draft.
just
they still got free agency.
But I'm saying, but usually if you make a trade and you do some situation like that, you move up or you go, oh, okay. Like
Let's say you had them 6 in the West or something like that. I have them up 1 more slot now because I like Cole Anthony that much. I think he's going to bring a different energy. I think he's going to bring a different pace. I think he's going to bring a different swagger. I think KCP is going to bring some professionalism is what that locker room needs. They need a pro in there, and I think KCP will bring that. Obviously, we'll see what the 16th pick does. But if they're wise, lately you've been able to get some of these good draft picks that aren't like Rookie of the Year, averaging 17. But you've seen it with the Thunder. You've seen it with the Pacers. There's a lot of quality players because they're coming. Gone are the days of having to go get the 19-year-old. You can get some of these 21, 22-year-old kids who can play because we're starting to see that now. I mean, you and I, you know my joke. I watched the March Madness tournament. I felt like I went to high school with some of these kids. They were so old.
Yeah.
Some of the teams were older than the Oklahoma City Thunder, literally. So I just think
everybody getting 6 and 7 years.
COVID year, this year, graduate year. These dudes are like
crazy.
And the NIL money, they like go be in the G League, make $100,000 or $50,000, or go to the school, get $200,000.
I'd take the $200,000
to be the man on campus.
No, and not pay rent. How about that?
No rent, man on campus.
That's what I'm saying. No rent.
Yeah, I'll do that for another league. Go play for the South Bay Lakers or some other team. Don't nobody know me. I'm just sitting there.
I feel like you guys in a way are sort of both right, or at least have a point to an extent, because if you think about it, they must be looking at both teams that are in the finals right now, the Pacers and the Thunder, and look that both went through a rebuild and stockpiled a ton of picks. So I actually do think that the Grizzlies are kind of conceding that it's time for a rebuild here, but I think that they are doing it with the end goal being a championship. And obviously that's any NBA team, but look at how both the teams that are in the finals right now, both of them benefited from trading away a major player in Paul George,
Getting is the key to all of
picks
this.
for it, and then drafting really, really well, and then being in the finals a few years later.
But you get my point. Like when you make that trade, I didn't look at it right away and go, "Oh wow, they just took a step up in the West." That's not
right. Well, they traded away one of their best players, which in theory takes them a step back. But I think what Kelvin is saying is that there's still the draft, there's still free agency, so they're not necessarily taking a step back. We don't really know yet.
Sometimes you get addition by subtraction, meaning maybe Bane was just those three guys have plateaued. And maybe we'll be better off with having a two-headed monster, Ja being the spear on the offensive end, Triple J being the offensive end, but mostly, especially the defensive end. And then you got a bunch of guys starring in a role. Maybe Cole Anthony's about to be sixth man of the year, giving you 16 a point off the bench with energy. Have you seen him play? He can play. Athletic, can shoot. Again, got toughness to him, some grit, as long as he stays healthy. I'm actually shocked the Magic got rid of him, but he's a good piece to get rid of. And obviously, if you're the Magic, you like bringing another. If you're the Magic, you like this because now I got a shooter with Paolo and Wagner.
He fits great with them.
He fits great.
His
so they got
yeah.
And I'm big on the Magic when it comes to this upcoming season. That's a nice young team. The NBA has a bunch of teams with a bunch of guys, not just LeBron and AD. Or, Kyrie and LeBron or Steph. And it's like a team with a bunch of guys, which is why we keep getting these one-time champions. And then another year we get another team.